Hello, thanks for tuning in. My name is Jillian Vorse, and I'm the host of the show. Today's guest is a Dutch entrepreneur, creative thinker, and master connector who helps individuals and organizations generate ideas and drive innovation. As the founder of IdeaCompany, Marijke Krabbenbos leads brainstorming sessions, facilitates innovation processes, and trains adults in creative thinking skills, helping them rediscover the creativity they may have lost. In 2007, she launched Bites in Business, a thriving international network for entrepreneurial women. With 28 chapters in the Netherlands and 15 in Hungary, Bites in Business fosters meaningful connections through networking dinners, trips, workations, and online events. Marijke thrives at the intersection of business, innovation, and connection, empowering people to spark ideas, build relationships, and create new opportunities. But what stands out about her most to me, beyond her accomplishments professionally, is that she is authentically kind and generous with her knowledge. So, this combination is what makes her an ideal guest for our show and for our internal fireside chat after the interview. So, without further ado, welcome to One Handshake, Marijke.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm really happy. It's funny how things in life can evolve. Certainly, when we first met, I had no inkling whatsoever that we would stay in touch. Although that might be a lie. I kind of had a feeling we clicked and we would probably keep in touch. But I surely didn't think that we'd be sitting here for a podcast interview today. So it just goes to show you, you never know how things can evolve, huh?
We met on an event, and goes. I often go to events that I don't know if the content is really worth listening, but I meet people.
Yeah.
To venues I've never been, so
Ah,
it gives me new ideas while the speaker is talking. I get ideas in my head, so
mm.
I often go to an event and get more than one outcome, and new context is one of them.
I feel the same. I think it's an example. I think of creativity actually is, being open to the possibility of what can emerge beyond just the actual thing. So anywhere we go, we might be going to see a speaker, but there's maybe one speaker, but there may be 30, 50, or 200 people in the audience. And that magnifies the opportunity that you're going to connect with somebody. So
Yeah.
I agree with that. And see,
And then
another
it's
bonus.
our extrovertness that starts, of course, conversations. I mean, there are also people that love to listen to speakers and don't make the connections, the
Sure.
introverts. Yeah.
Sure, sure. So I feel like that's a great segue into my first question. I'm curious because so you just kind of spilled the beans, so to speak, by referencing being an extrovert. But I'm curious because being a super connector that I would say you definitely are. Um, do you think that this is a particular skill set that you were born with, or is it a skill that you've honed over the years?
Mm. I think it all starts with self-confidence. And that, well, I was not born with what I got from my parents. The biggest present I got from my parents. Many women lack it. And so self-confidence and curiosity.
Mm.
And that makes that I'm open to new ideas and well, I was wired with a lot of dopamine and I love new. Many
Mhm.
people don't, but I do love to travel, meet new people. On every b- birthday party, I always have some old friends and people that I just met that are now in this time of my life on my birthday party, and maybe in 3 4 years not anymore because I love
Mm.
to, yeah, make new
Mm.
friends. And
Mm.
so it's curiosity and self-confidence that makes me being open to the world, trust everybody.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I'm curious, your approach to connecting with people, you're talking about loving the newness. Does that also is that also relevant to how you approach projects? Are you one of the people that I sometimes can also be like that really enjoys having the idea and starting something, but maybe doesn't really love to continue it forward after it's been started?
Yes.
Yeah.
Real starters are not really the detailed focused finishers and need some project managers next to them and managers. Yeah. Yeah. So I love new things. I'm like a butterfly, social
Mm.
butterfly, but also a project butterfly.
Mm.
And kind of fast bored. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's so
So
interesting.
things that I've never done before, I love. Finding out, pioneering.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. I never actually thought of it that way before about there potentially being an overlap between a kind of a disposition or personality that loves to connect with new people that may also have that type of approach to business and projects and liking to start projects, but not necessarily continue. Kind of, they're the pollinators, perhaps.
Mhm.
So it's interesting. I love having a new idea or new thought. So look
But
at that, already given me one.
I'm still managing for 18 years now one thing. So that's I've been doing for quite a while, but I try to keep it creative and innovative for myself.
Mm, mm. So I presume you're talking about bites in business.
I am,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I would say, first of all, that's remarkable to continue with. I would say anything, any specific thing for 18 years is an accomplishment. So,
Relationships.
yeah, for sure. I mean, anything with the exception of maybe our kids. I mean, everything else. So, bravo to you for that. I wonder, what do you attribute the success to? Like the longevity, but also the success of the organization?
Yeah, well, it's a network by and for entrepreneurial women. They do the work. I
Mhm,
play headquarters nowadays. But yeah, every event is different and still the same because the format is the same,
mm,
and
mhm,
but the experience is every time different because there are different women in different venue, and
mhm,
um, I've got couples of two ladies in every city that run the chapter, and some have been doing it for 6 7 years. Two of them, they're not friends, but they're very good colleagues. And other cities are a bit more difficult. There's changes every year, and gives me, of course, some more work.
mhm,
But well, my middle management, these ladies, they love to do it as well, and then the participants and the members love to come. So well, there's a big potential with it. There's demand, and
mm,
yeah.
hmm.
And I
It
did a
just
lot of automation. I did a lot of automation, so
mm.
everything runs quite smoothly.
Wow, and so that you've developed over years, continuing to perfect the kind of operational side.
Yeah.
Interesting. It just occurred to me when you were talking about that and mentioning different cities that there's yet another kind of chain, or what would I say, like a connection that goes back to the event that we met at as well. Because I think one of your newer cities is on board, right? I think I connected you with.
And I am. Yeah.
Yeah, Anna is now helping to run your group in, I think, Eindhoven, correct?
Yeah, international group. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're a Dutch chapter in the Netherlands, talking Dutch, but then we came up with the idea to start some expat or international non-Dutch speaking
Mm,
chapters.
mm.
And one is in Eindhoven, and Anna, a Swedish lady, is doing
Yeah.
it together with a Dutch lady, and they're both expat coach, so they
Mm,
know a lot of expats. And
perfect.
yeah, they love to do it. I see them; they're very grateful, and I'm very grateful. So that's a win-win. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I think, yeah, I love that that happened, and it just seemed so natural, and it just, again, just being open to the people around us at that one particular event in this case, in so many, it has like a ripple effect, and all of the people that are now, going through that particular group there, yeah, and also for Anna and her business, et cetera, and you. So it's very exciting for me to know that that did materialize. But speaking about that, I'm curious because one of the things we talk a lot about is being authentic. In with our previous guest, Petra Fisher, we talked about being authentic online and through LinkedIn, et cetera. And with many other of our podcast guests and just internal in our community, we talk about the value of authenticity. I'm curious, with regard to networking, how do you balance authenticity with being strategic? Or how do you think about that?
Yeah. Well, I open up every conversation as a human being, as
Mm,
Marijke, as a person, not as a business owner.
mm,
So my first sentences are out of curiosity or because I love your dress or whatever. And then when we start talking, and I'm a very good question asker, so I ask
mhm,
many questions. because it enriches my mind, of course. If I repeat myself, if I tell you what I do, I already knew. So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean new information. People that love to talk about themselves, they they don't learn in that conversation because they repeat themselves, right?
That's right.
Um, uh, but of course, I can incorporate in the conversation what I do, because I'm assertive and self confident. But I love to ask questions and hear from the other, and then automatically, immediately in my head, I make connection. Oh, do you know this? Have you heard of him? Or so, and I start giving some ideas or connections or websites. Doesn't cost me anything, right? So
Mm.
I love to give away what I have enough or too much
Mm.
of,
Mm.
which is not money, but I give blood and I give ideas and I give time. Every now and then I give some money to people, good causes. Yeah, it's in Dutch we say kleine moeite, groot plezier. So it's a very small effort for me,
Yeah.
and it's a big pleasure for the other one.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Does it ever
and
get
then
to be too much? Like, how do you discern how much to give away or how much? Because, it can also be the case you meet a lot of people and then, or do you kind of feel like it's more organic with some people you kind of click with more or you have,
yeah, I only do it with nice people,
yeah.
and most of the world is filled with nice people. So the unnice people are stupid people are a very small minority.
Mm.
Um, in my first years of being a business owner, every now and then I had a lesson that I gave too much, or that somebody, did abuse me or my knowledge or
Mhm.
wanted to do. Yeah. So then I found out. Then I invented this service, coffee and kennis, coffee and knowledge. So you
Mm.
buy me coffee and you pay my bill and you can ask me everything,
Hmm.
instead of let's have coffee and then people asking me lots of questions and then
Yeah,
so
coffee and
I
tennis. I love that.
coffee and kennis. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see networking is sowing seeds,
Mm.
and you don't know when harvesting time is. You
Mhm.
don't know how large or how high the flower will be. And you never know. Yeah, when you can harvest. Maybe in 3 years, maybe never. But
Mm.
it's like sowing seeds. So I love to meet people. I love to collect. Yeah, I have a collection of people from every trade.
Mhm.
And because often people ask me, because I'm a super connect, Marijke, do you know a nice or interesting or
Mhm.
a competent person XYZ? And I always want to say yes. But
Mhm.
that's not from every trade. I
It's
don't
like a
know.
challenge. It's a challenge, like, to
Yeah.
to I know. I absolutely love listening to you. I have, like, the most giant smile right now, it's hard to speak, when you have one of those? So I feel like I'm losing my composure. I love so much the way you're talking about this because, yeah, it's exactly how I talk about people in relationships. I see every single relationship as a seed that I'm planting, and it's so exciting because some of them will bloom, some of them will become like oak trees, some of them will, like, be a quick fire, quick flash and then they're gone,
It's like
some
having
won't.
a whole forest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this, like, wildflower garden, and it's amazing, and so for me, I think of
And
that as,
pollination.
yeah, the cross-pollination, I think of it as this giant pool of assets to be able to connect, and that's where the compounding happens. So for me, it's always about tending to this garden, and it's not almost my business if or when those seeds are going to bloom, like what they're going to become. I just have to continue to cultivate and to nurture them. So I love so much that you use that analogy, and also I love that you mentioned that most people are good. And I feel like that is indicative of a mindset. And when you feel that way, you see that way, and when you see that way, you attract that. And so it's no wonder that this has continued to perpetuate and that Bites in Business is as successful as it is. These things don't just happen by chance.
And to the beginners in networking, I tell them, later this day I have to do a workshop on networking for a business club. But I tell them you only have to do two things: be nice and show that you're competent in what you do. And then I put you in my head as a nice person who's good in what he or she does. And you never know when I need you or when I talk about you, right?
That's
I always say you're in my front head, and it's a Dutch saying. And then slowly I will forget you, of course, because I meet so many people. So give me a business card, give me a flyer, give me something physical that I can that helps me to remember you. Right? I like LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. It's my external mind. But of course, LinkedIn doesn't show you every day to me. So give me something that I can that helps me remembering you. But you only have to be nice and competent.
This is good. I mean, I feel like it doesn't get more basic than that. I mean, the nice thing, maybe for some people is a challenge, but as you already informed us, most people are already nice. So that's just maybe they're already
Because I
halfway
want to
there.
do business only
Yeah.
with nice people. And some people
Right.
say, I want to do business with the best. That's not that's not my criteria. I
Sure.
want to do business with nice people.
Sure. So what is this envelope method that you speak of?
Yeah. So Bites and Business is about food, having dinner, and talking about business. So picture 20, 25 women, one long table. We had a list of participants up front by email. We do a round of introduction. And then we start chatting, free chatting, and having dinner. And we have this envelope method. On every plate, there's an empty envelope. And we ask every participant to write down a name. And on the front side of the envelope, a question, an ask, with the introductory sentence. And then your right neighbor does quality control. She checks if the question is clearly written and clearly to understand. And then the envelope travels like a sushi bar,
Yeah.
left clockwise to every station, because every person is a station of knowledge, ideas, opinions, connections. So we ask for knowledge, we ask for connections, we ask for ideas, we ask for opinions. I've got 2 different logos. What do you think is best? Or I'm organizing a workation. What are the absolutely 3 ingredients for a workation for you? Or I want to have a chat with person in the management team of company XYZ. Do you know somebody there? So these are the kind of questions. And if somebody knows something, you write it down. You write it on a piece of paper and you put it in the envelope. That's why it's an envelope. It can contain things. We don't have to read everything from everybody. So there's the privacy aspect and there's the containment aspect. So everybody at the end of the night gets a full envelope of free consultancy to take home.
Amazing. That's a great concept. I love
without many airtime.
Yeah. That's
So
really
it's very efficient.
strategic. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. This is great.
And people love to give. You see the people, they light up when they have a question that they know something about, and you see them putting their head down if it's the 3rd envelope that they know nothing about. Because every now and then you know nothing about the question, and then you just pass it on because you cannot add value.
Sure. I love this. I love this. And again, I feel the same way. I think the way we approach this at One Handshake is number one, feeling that we all have the ability to help each other, to learn from and to teach each other, and to provide an introduction or a connection or something. And so the way we do it is through what we call a connections club. And so it's very similar. So each person has that is there has an opportunity to have an ask for themselves as well as an ask for somebody in their network, and then is providing an offer. Because I think so often in any type of networking environment, people show up thinking about themselves and what they want to get. And I think we need to be better balanced and have an equilibrium, especially in a community setting, and also look for what we can contribute to. And so I really, yeah, I love that you're doing that. I love this envelope method. So
And it's
another,
no tech. It always works. No
Yeah.
tech, just then some
yeah,
paper.
simple. It's great. It's like analog and yeah, that's really powerful. I love that. Another project that you have also with your community of Bites and Business is really inspiring to me, and I would love for you to just share a little kind of highlight about your book project, which is like a phenomenal collaborative project. And I know that's coming out in a few days. So if you'd take just a moment and tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I often ask people during these dinner times, how come that you're doing what you're doing?
Mm.
So then people start talking, and very often the words, and then came Corona,
Mm.
were mentioned in the conversation. So Corona and the lockdown period had big influence on many lives and careers. So I met quite a few ladies who changed their work, career, business during lockdown times. So I came up with the ideas, as I have a creative mind, to make a book with a collection of En toen kwam corona, and then corona came, stories.
Mm.
So I built a team with an editor and a designer, and I raised the questions: who has a corona story? And they had to write the story themselves. 21 stories we collected.
Wow.
So, and they had to write down in a fixed format: how was my life? What happened when corona came? What did it do to me, and how did I change my life? And how do I look back on it now, 5 years later?
Wow.
And in 3 days, it was 5 years ago that the Netherlands went in lockdown, intelligent lockdown, we called it. It was just a lockdown. Streets were empty, etc. And so we had the book presentation in 3 days.
Wow.
21 authors and some people that bought an ad in the book.
Mm.
And
Hmm.
there are 1,000 copies of the book in my hallway.
Amazing.
My home. Yeah,
So is it in English or Dutch, or what language is it in?
it's in Dutch. Yeah,
This one. So the next printing will do in English?
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Super. All right. So let's work on that. Um, okay, but we'll include a link. So there are people can buy this book from you as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we can include a link in the show notes for anybody interested in that book. And what's the title of it?
En toen kwam corona.
Mm,
And then corona came.
super.
21 stories of female entrepreneurs.
Super. All right. So I have one other question I'm curious about. So in your journey, and I'm just going to ask, in your journey, is there a particular moment or person or handshake that really was a catalyst for you in your life? Maybe changed your life or changed your business, or just really like you can look back at this moment, or yeah, and point your finger to it. Like that was a pivotal moment for me.
Yeah. I did some homework and some thinking, but um, I would say more often people come to me and say um, that I was the intersection of two other people who became friends or business partners, or
Sure. Sure.
yeah, work together very well. And they say, thank you, Marijke. And then I can't remember that.
Yeah.
But
That's all.
I facilitate handshakes.
Hmm.
And of course, I shake my hand very often as well. But
Yes.
there's not a. I don't think there's a one life changing moment.
Well, you talked a bit already about your upbringing and, having the confidence and also the curiosity and kind of having that. So maybe it is yeah, that's the moment, or that's the influences from your parents.
Yeah, could
Perhaps.
be. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
really call
interesting.
it the presence, self confidence for women. Yeah.
Mm, hmm, hmm. So let's see. If we, prior to starting to wrap up here, I just want to give you the opportunity to share any final thoughts or anything that we didn't yet cover that you would like to address.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the Netherlands. I founded this bikes and business for women in the Netherlands, and it spread out almost the whole country. And then I met somebody who said, "Oh, I want to bring this to Hungary." I never thought of Hungary, but she said, "Hungary needs this. Hungarian women needs it." So I said, "Well, let's make a plan. I go where the energy is, right?" So now we are in Hungary as well, which make me think, which country to invade next?
Mm,
Um,
that's an
and
interesting choice of words right now, huh? Yeah.
and I don't care, because I think bikes and business, women eating,
Mhm.
helping each other, can work in every culture.
Yeah.
China, Cuba, Canada, whatever.
Mhm.
So
Mm,
I'm open to other countries.
mm,
If you know somebody, or if you feel engaged yourself, let's talk.
hmm. That's excellent. So, yeah, for anybody listening, maybe this is you, or maybe there's somebody you know in your own country or another country that this may be of interest to. So this is great. So we'll also include a link in the show notes for people to get more information, including your website, etc. Um, so Marijke has also extended a very special offer of an online conversation for listeners who either live or work in the Netherlands or are considering moving here and who have questions about our country or the way of doing business here. So this is very special. It will only be available to 5 people. It'll be a very intimate conversation, and there'll be a link in the show notes for this as well. And with that, let's put a bow on this part of the conversation. But before we jump into our community's fireside chat to dig a little bit deeper, I have to comment about other places that people can find you online, including LinkedIn. And just as a quick side note, I noticed that in preparing for this, I noticed that your LinkedIn URL, you were able to get just your first name. It's like you must have
Very early.
yeah, it's like amazing because I would say having the name Marijke in the Netherlands is like having the name Maria in Mexico or something. It's like, but how did you get, just slash
Yeah,
Marijke?
very early.
Wow.
Yeah, I have very nice LinkedIn URL. I know.
Yeah. I just noticed it. I was like, did I miss part of it? I kept looking. I'm like, no, this is
The
it.
pay? No.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a vanity URL, the of the organic variety. Um, all right. So if you'd like to learn more about how you can join our community's exclusive fireside chats with podcast guests, check out onehandshake.co. And thank you for spending time with us today. So we'll catch you on a future episode. Cheers.